Hey there, fellers, and welcome back to Jaraci Cup number 1. We're going to be continuing with the other semi-final that we have from the lower bracket, which is between Maze and NoFun. Actually, we were missing this replay, but then we got it, so we have it. Ha! Which is nice. Put in .rar format and everything. Like, what the heck? But, you know. So yeah, competitors here are going to be our nice German fellow NoFun, and Maze playing as the Soban, NoFun being Galzian here, by the way. Seems to be a fan of Frosty Teeth, or at least he's got the same colors right now. And this will be a bit of a toss-up, but I imagine Maze has got the upper hand here. Like I mentioned in the last game with Maze, he's consistently not always doing like what he should, but consistently doing pretty well, you know what I mean? And so I expect we can get, you know, a very, well, consistent performance. I guess that's really what I'm trying to say. NoFun, meanwhile, seems to be a fan of that early 1PC aggression. A man after my own heart. Oh. He's going to be moving out here with his production cruiser in the base burner, snipes off that probe like it's nothing. And sand skimmer fabrication already finished, and those skimmers are on the way, so... Yeah, you know, a pretty typical early aggression right here from Galzian. This is kind of like the style that people used to do at launch. This is the style that I still do because I'm stubborn and I hang on to things way too long. But I mean, it can work quite well. I've won tournaments like this, so... AV fabrication coming out of Maze, that's a little bit unfortunate for NoFun unless he's planning on going rails or something like that, but probably he just wants to scout out what's going on here and then he'll back away. Scanner positioning also pretty much the same as what I like to do. Although I found that you can stick it just a little bit further in like this little crevice right here than anywhere else, and it gives you some good vision over like the salvagers, but I think you can see the carrier if you put it right there. I'm not totally sure, but I think you can, which means that you can scout tech and everything too. That's one reason why I really like this map. But he is going to be able to see the position of those salvagers. We should actually be able to tell that two of them went onto the RUs because they all start right here. So these two are made after. As well as like looking at the numbers, you can count that too, but what it should tell you essentially is that, yeah, your opponent must be tech rushing or something because look, he's already got two salvagers on the RUs. Kind of advanced strategies there, but they do work. And if he's paying attention now, he might have seen that opening up, but I imagine he lost vision just before it came out. This is, of course, the AAV module, so if you can read the tell there, it is going to be AAV fabrication coming out of Maze's carrier here, and here they come. He can also know those AAVs once he sees an AAV. That's also a pretty good tell for these types of things. It's actually going to be assault ships now coming out of NoFun, which is interesting to see. Probably wants to get this guy mining, but I've done this many times myself too. It's not the biggest priority. If you're microing your army, that's kind of more important, but if you get good at setting the rally point early, you don't ever have to worry about this kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of old replays of mine that you can see. I don't really do it anymore. I've kind of gotten better about this. But like after my camera's been solely here for a while, and then like I queue up another salvager, and then I'm like, hold up, so is he actually mining? And I go down and like reassign him, and then move back up to the fight. I really like this move, actually. I think he should have kept going here, because then you can just go out there and see if there's other tech, or like when he gets up onto his next base. Yeah, go out there. Because that's actually a really good place to have a sand skimmer hiding. Just giving you that scouting info. NoFun going for refinery mode, even though he knows he's being chased here, but May's actually kind of stopping too, so those are probably both mistakes. Well, maybe not, but I don't know. I feel like maybe getting another production cruiser is almost better here, because if you're getting pushed by these AAVs and you can't fight them without the upgrade on you, which he's got the upgrade too, so that would be really nasty for NoFun, then maybe getting double production up is going to be better than having refinery mode here, but guess that remains to be seen. There's also only one salvager over here anyway, so it's not like a ton of eco is being filled by this. You see carrier beginning to replenish those, but scanner finally getting taken out right here. Distraction goes out for NoFun. This is looking fine for him. He's not going to get wrecked by these AAVs. And this is kind of what you want to do when you're playing like my style of opener. It looks like that sand skimmer getting found, by the way. Is you want to get out there so that you can see what's going on and then make a decision based on what your opponent is doing. It's kind of like it's a lot more dynamic, potentially. Railgun fabrication finishing? No, missile battery. That's interesting. That's interesting indeed. But yeah, you know, you want to go out there and get all that information and then come back and be able to play eco, or you can stay out there and go railguns. You can make a good decision at that point. I like it. He's done pretty well. He's got the upgrade too, so yeah, he can take the fight now with the assault chips. This is looking fine for NoFun. Railgun fabrication coming out for him now, so it's not going to be air. And that's good for him because Maze is making anti-air currently. If you see your opponent make anti-air and you haven't even started tech into it, just like high-five your monitor or something. It's going well. NoFun needs to be a little bit careful here. He doesn't let the AAVs get around on this side when he doesn't have any units there. But yeah, having this guy on this pass, excellent because he can pull back obviously quite easily. And he's got the eco advantage too. He's on 2 base, his opponent is not. Well, he's almost on 2 base. He's filling them up with the carrier right now, so that's why it's taking him a little while. Trying to do a little bit of a move out here. You can tell he's using that attack move command, by the way. Actually, he maybe should stay until he finds where those AAVs are. Like, when you get out this far, maybe you should come back. He's gonna learn that the hard way, though, because these guys are here and they're ready to go. But Maze standing still. Okay, he is gonna move. And he will definitely take this fight, will Maze. I would not smoke this, honestly, if I were him. Because that just kind of buys time for your opponent. Sure, it, like, reduces the damage output on your AVs, but you don't really need that, do you? The base runner is in position, so base runner heal would be really good here, and the assault chip's also coming into position now. Yep, there's the base runner heal. This looks actually okay for NoFun, despite the fact that he was totally caught out of position right there. I mean, like, making a mistake, that's totally what happened, and yet this is almost like working out for him. With an assault railgun popping too. That could also be a big deal. One salvager went down, I know. Another one taking damage right here, but it's not going to get killed. Maze knows he needs to attack that assault railgun, but keeping him behind the dune there, that's going to be real nasty. Yeah, I mean, he's not able to... Okay, that's a good smoke, but... Oh, assault railgun unfortunately gets picked off there. But that was really good micro up until then. Just keeping him right behind that tiny little dune there, and the AVs could not attack him at all. And the salvager's getting back to work already. They know it's safe. Yeah, this looks fine. Maze accidentally moving that support cruiser a little bit further out than he was planning to, I'm sure. Heavy Vehicles 2 comes out now for Maze, and he's probably wishing he hadn't gotten those missile batteries now, but he can go into railgun tech, he's fine, but definitely he's behind in this game. He's, yeah, just kind of taking him a little bit too long there, and the assault railgun picks off that kill too, that's pretty nice. And yet, interestingly, doesn't get any... No, he did get experience for it. I was looking at rank, not experience. Oh, but look at this! I didn't even realize this was happening. Somehow, NoFun has just completely evaded the forces of Maze, despite not really having map control at that moment, and he's out. And he is doing his damage. He's gonna be a lot of damage on that sport cruiser, which I like, actually. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe he should go after the salvagers, but this damage is probably not gonna be repaired, even if it doesn't get killed here, which it might as well, which it might just. In that case, the next backstab that he does could kill off the support cruiser, and I think that smoke is off. If he moves over on this side, he can still hit it. Not sure, though. Looks like some stuff and things going on over here. Yeah, there's no more smoke for that support cruiser. He will go down. And this is suddenly looking really good for Maze. Or, sorry. Yeah, that's obviously what I meant. This is suddenly looking really good for Shrike, right? For NoFun. As he begins to get up onto his third base now, Sandskimmer's coming out, which I guess is in counter to those railguns. I honestly don't think he needs it. I think you just go for heavies at this point, and you're pretty much good. There actually is another support cruiser out, that's worth noting. So Maze is going to be on 2 base, but you're going to be on 3 before too long. Sandskimmers, though, they are a fine choice. Like, that'll do, obviously. Airburst could be real nasty here, but I think, yeah, this missile battery is dead for sure. This base runner, unfortunately, probably also going to get the can, though. But that's not the most important thing. And Dart maneuver, yes! it's my favorite tech. How can I not be happy when I see Dart maneuver command on the queue? I like the use of base runner heal there just to try to delay some time. This AV could actually steal a bit of health off of it, but not much. Yeah, railguns are out, so there's not like NoFun gonna be able to just attack here rampantly. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. Unimpeded, there we go. Look at this, assault ship's getting up into the main too, and they're doing even more eco damage, which is excellent. Didn't I say this in the last game that I watched from NoFun, that it just seems like he knows what he's doing, and it's just really fun to see? Maybe it's because he's German, huh? Unfortunately, ALMs and railguns here are gonna shut down these assault ships, but like, look at where he's going. Right there into the middle behind the dune. Like, isn't that exactly what you would want him to do? Because now he can't get hit by those railguns. It's just, you know, it's like he knows how the game works. You know, we're seeing him in the lower bracket right now, but like, that could change, honestly. This guy's, he's doing well. One thing he definitely does need to do, though, is get this base filled. Oh. Yeah, okay, that happens sometimes, man. Maybe he did select this guy and tell him to make all 3 of them, but often, like, you tell them to split them, and they're just like, no, I want to build all of them. It's pretty annoying. Railgun Armor 2 coming out now. It's still Assault Railguns, though. NoFun does need to get heavies, yeah. Because he's not going to be able to take this fight very well if he's trying to fight it with Assault Rails. I mean, I say that, but he's actually winning this fight right here, isn't he? He shouldn't, though. These railguns just got a little too close for comfort. The ALM's kind of going to save them, which is actually worth it. I often get on Maze's case for ALM spam, but like this one actually made a lot of sense. Okay, and he's getting this base filled up, which is nice. He needs to get mining there, obviously, but that's okay. Missile ship fabrication coming out too. I am a fan of that because you never know. There could be an air transition this late into the game. It's not common, but like, if it happens and you're not ready, it really just kills you, so that is completely fine. He's actually going to overbuild on salvagers here. He's got one too many, but that's okay too. More important, he gets that base filled up than that he doesn't get it too filled up, you know what I mean? But yeah, the AAV count on Maze's side beginning to look a little bit thin here. I do like the spread on them, but that scanner or probe, sorry, gonna find the sand skimmers coming up there, and he's probably gonna be a little bit worried. He's not totally ready for this. He's lucky he sees it now though, because he's got time to react, and probably Maze at this point ought to be making AAVs. We'll see what's coming out of the carrier right now. This guy's actually in a good... Yeah, look, 80, so he knows what he's doing too. This guy in a good position to hold off the attack. It looks like those sand skimmers not going to find a window to kill off the, whatever you call them, the railguns. Now, NoFun actually going for interceptor fabrication at this point, and if I were him, I wouldn't. I feel like he doesn't need that, you know? I feel like, you know your opponent's already got missile batteries, and yeah, he's got railguns, which are nice to take down, but it's probably not going to be a terribly good window for this. So I don't know, we'll see how it plays out for him. Maybe he's going for bombers too, I don't know. But I do see him making heavies. I saw him make missile ships too, which I don't think he needed, but like, it's probably okay. Third production cruise is out too, so he can mobilize his carrier as well. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking earlier, it's like, he was really far ahead, but somehow this game is actually looking a lot more even than I thought. Maybe the window's just kind of closed a little bit here. Oh, what the heck? The AAV died, and now suddenly the sand skimmers are on top of these railguns. I don't know how this happened, but... There's a smoke out here, but like at this point, these assault railguns can charge up. There's no coverage. Oh, okay, I take it back. Railguns coming in from across the dunes there. The base runner does get taken out. Speaking of which, there's actually 2 base runners out on the field for NoFun now. Where are the heavies, by the way? Oh, it's just one of them. Okay, never mind. He's kind of chilling out back at home anyway. I'm sure NoFun has put these production cruises on a group, right? Or I think if you hit F1... F4, I guess, okay. If you hit F4, you select them all, right? Yeah, no, he wouldn't be able to queue up like that if he wasn't doing that. But suddenly it looks like this Saban army really wants to make a push, and you can see the entire army just kind of coming out here. This could be scary. He's attacking the wrong base runner, which is funny. Missile ship is ready to do a sick barrage here. He definitely should. Especially like when there's smoke out, you know, like just say screw that, barrage right there and do a lot of damage. Yeah, excellent. Look at this. Base runner heal comes out, probably not the most necessary. This one is better because if you take the rail fight when you have base runner heal coming out, you actually can do oh, what is this? What is this? The railguns see it, but I don't think those AAVs do, and they're just trying to charge up, get on top of the assault railguns, but this is going to be painful times here. No sand skimmer damage done for NoFun, so it's going to take a little while. Oh no, you want to take the fight right now. You want to take the fight right now. Maybe he doesn't actually. Perhaps I was a little hasty on my judgment there too, but... No, it looks like he would take this, wouldn't it? Doesn't it? If if those sand skimmers were in there chewing up the railguns, like the AAVs can't really do anything. Like they have to be fighting the sand skimmers, so they're not fighting the rails. You kill off all the railguns, and then suddenly these AAVs can't do anything to fight back. Oh, he's got air. Yeah, launch the interceptors, dude. This is totally the right time to do that. Oh, and you power up the range too, then you can get those missiles firing, which do a lot of damage as well. I like the evacuation of the eco right here. It's very prompt. It seems like it's on time. That's going to mitigate the losses a lot. But yeah, like you've got air. Well, maybe you don't need air. Maybe you actually keep that secret in some respect. I don't know, I feel like the sand skimmer should have done more, but it's actually something A-Game mentioned he's addressing in the next version of the patch, is that it seems like when you get Strikecraft on top of railguns, they just don't do as much as you would expect. He's launching the air now, so he did definitely keep it secret, but there's actually support cruiser anti-air out, which it's kind of unfortunate for NoFun. I mean, I feel like he couldn't have known that. Like, you know, Maze had no tell that there was air coming out and he got this tech anyway. It's kind of like random, you know what I mean? A turret. Yeah, look at that. Wow. So Maze reacting very quickly to this air transition here. This is why I was saying NoFun probably shouldn't have gotten it. Because you can imagine those resources being extra railguns instead right now would be really impactful. The thing is, though, I think Maze is having a little bit of a disconnect here where he thinks he's ready to push, but I think if he pushes with this carrier, he could just lose it. I mean, I don't think he's got the field at all, even though he's continuing to push out here. And by the way, he's going to lose this base printer before the extraction comes out, which is probably something he was banking on. Get some of that artifact power before this fight comes out. Railgun number 3 coming out, by the way, now. A bunch of heavy railguns are out here. They're kind of split up. But if they just, like, bunch up together, which is what they're doing, then once this carrier gets here, things are going to get real bad for Maze. And actually, if Maze knew, or sorry, if NoFun knew that the carrier was out, he should just move these guys back over here. And I assume he doesn't know that. But, I mean, that would be really nasty, too. Because there's no defense back at the home right now. Look at this. He's just going to charge out with his carrier. It's just like, yeah, I know I can take you. I like it. And those heavies in a pretty good position. I feel like a lot of them are kind of blocked by the dunes a little bit here, but... Nice. Yeah, so this attack is being completely deflected here now, and NoFun gonna just march up the board. Like, ALM spam not gonna work as usual. I mean, Maze really is lucky he didn't lose his entire eco, but he knows it's over and he GG's out. NoFun takes game 1. What a twist, man. And actually, I should talk about the pick bans here real quick, because I didn't do that before. This was NoFun's pick. I guess he was higher seed coming out of the group stage. He banned the Shallows, and I think that's wise based on his playstyle, and then Maze banned the Boneyard. But map 2 is going to be Maze's pick, and it's Kalash Teeth, and based on factions, I feel like that's going to work out really well. Let's load that one in here real quick. And then NoFun picks Firebase Krill for the 3rd map. He's just like, he's a little me, isn't he? I love that. Let's see, Kalash Teeth here now between NoFun and Maze. So, the reason I said this makes sense for Maze's pick... That scared me. Something just fell over. The reason I said this made sense for Maze's pick, yeah, I thought it was Tarnarmer coming to choke me again, is because Kalash Teeth here, of course, very small map, and Coalition tend to do well on that, especially with those ALMs too. I mean, like, Soban, I think, has a good advantage on this map. The AAV rush can be nasty. Looks like it's not going to be gone for here, though. But yeah, the AAV rush can be nasty on this map. Assault cruisers are crazy good. It's, you know, it's that kind of map. It's very small. Artillery really good too. That doesn't really favor Coalition because it's harder to get to them, but... Although I think their artillery is actually better than Galcian Siege, huh? I think so anyway. Very defensive positioning of the targeting jammer right there. May cause NoFun to believe that base runner had been retired, which is in fact not true. Probe getting sniped again, so it's very early probe kills here. That was definitely underground, but that's okay. Yeah, very early probe kills going out here, you know, which is kind of sad to see. I feel like Maze can work on that in particular. It's something I've noticed in a couple of his games now. What are the batteries like on this thing? You've got to imagine. Guys, it's Shroud. But sure enough, NoFun coming out here with the early production cruiser, just as he did last game. Looks like the Tardian Jammer actually is a little bit too far forward. It can be hit over this hill. Just don't ask how it works, it just does. Of course, that's the thing, is that the height of the unit's not based on the model. It actually just has like a value stored, giving it its height. And so sometimes you get things like this where it just doesn't look like that should be possible. Same with the Dune, though. The Dune has just like a height value, although I'm sure it was put in by the... I'm sure that height value was put in by the level editor that they use in DOK, so... Just look at all these decals, man. Kind of an awkward fight being taken by Maze there. He's just a little too close, you know, that ALN not going to be able to, not going to be able to do anything if you're not taking advantage of that range that you have. Should be able to kill this Sandskimmer, but he doesn't push again, and NoFun microing fairly well there too. Maze begins the extraction. It's going to be soul chips again. I guess this is something NoFun likes to do. I think the Sandskimmer is dead, yeah. Okay, never mind. I was going to say you should be able to kill this guy. Well, 15 HP remaining. It was actually pretty close. But these Sandskimmers should just come up here together and take out that base runner, because that is going to be a really nice pick in the early game. Production Cruiser kind of falling back, and actually he's going to get Refiner mode, so he is playing eco off of this. But I like it, you know, it's more dynamic than just like sitting back at the base and saying, okay, let's get our economy up. You know, I really like this style of play. Obviously, I do it all the time. It's fun to see someone else doing it too. I'd send these three just to go back and take out the base runner actually, because you're going to take this fight here. Or maybe these two, which are damaged. Ooh. I don't know, his micro is pretty good. I'm enjoying watching this. Base runner... Oh, I was going to say he could have extracted like he had time. No, this is actually not the extraction point that he wanted. That's kind of funny. So Refiner mode is finishing now. Assault ships are hitting the field. It is going to be AAVs for Maze as well. Maze, normally a big Strikecraft player. I'm kind of surprised to see him going for AAVs here. This guy will make it. He'll kind of get chewed up a little bit, but he'll make it. These Sandskimmers are in a pretty bad position though, and this AEV knows he's not going to kill the base runner, so yeah, there you go. Just change targets onto these Sandskimmers, that's probably better. Bringing the scoreline to 1-0 is NoFun. And going for interceptor fabrication a little faster this time. Now Maze is getting missile battery fabrication again. Seems like something he always does, right? In this case, going to be very fortunate, but he is behind in economy. And one thing we've seen in general with the patch is that Galzian seemed to have a very easy time getting up onto that third base. I kind of wish he would do that instead of teching up right now. Whoa, I'm yawning. Excuse me. Yeah, this AEV actually getting healed by the base runner. That was probably a little bit unwise from NoFun, but that's okay. Double smoke popped on that pass there. Also seems like a little bit of a waste of it. Heavy Vehicles Armor 2 coming out now for Maze. He would be able to push if he gets that. And honestly, I feel like he can still push right here too. Like, one thing you can do is split up the AAVs so that they're not taking fire from multiple targets. And then you smoke the guy once he's about to die and just pull him back. You can probably get up to the eco and maybe kill off like a salvage or two like that. With pretty minimal losses too. So air's getting launched right now. He's going to reveal it on these AAVs. Not sure how I feel about that totally. Just because like he doesn't really need it, right? And your opponent knows you've got air now. Well, maybe he saw the carrier earlier. Maybe those targets were already visible to him. But at any rate, these AAVs are going to be repelled. And it looks like NoFun once again wants to do some eco damage here, so he's going to push in there. I'd be a little cautious if I were him about the attack move. In most RTS games, you always want to attack move because your units will just like run past people if you don't. I always thought that was really stupid, actually, and in DOK it doesn't happen. So if you use the move command, they'll just automatically attack. If you use the attack move command, they'll stop once they see someone and attack them. So actually, you usually don't want that, because like for instance, if you tell the assault ships just move here and they run into a carrier, they'll just like stop and just start shooting at him. And like you won't sometimes don't even realize that this is happening. So you look over and they're both dead. You're like, what happened here? Is this because, you know, they just like stood still there and started shooting at this carrier rather than, you know, running past him? Since the interceptors have already been revealed, this is fine, and killing off probes is actually pretty nice to do. Just deny that scouting information. I don't see that as a waste of rockets personally. Some people would though. But I think if you can snipe off probes like that, that's good. I remember though, I've had a lot of games with Discara where I'm like, yeah, let me just snipe off the probe here. And when I watch his stream afterwards, which I often do to see what the game was like from a different perspective. That's unfortunate for that guy. He'll be like, he's sniping my probe now, this is good. You know, like he's happy about it, because he sees it as kind of like a waste of my resources, so... I guess there are differing opinions that way. This guy is so fun, man. I just love listening to him. He's like on stream playing this game. John! Where's it? Jan? Jan Soban, man. Although, on the subject of transliterations, the way that they use double letters tells me it's probably not to signify like a glottal stop or like an ein like you would have in Arabic or something. I think it's actually to say this is a long vowel, so it should actually be Soban. That just sounds so wrong to me though. I've always called him Soban, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So Jan Soban. Soban. I was playing Homeworld 2 and Captain Soban shows up. I don't know why I was playing Homeworld 2, I hate that game. But anyway, Captain Soban shows up to protect like the bishop transports. He's like, this is Captain Soban, and I was like, but the thing is, that's actually probably how it should be like pronounced. I don't know. I don't know. Precision Bomber's coming out this time from NoFun, which is fun, contrary to the name. It's actually assault cruisers that are finished, by the way, for Maze here. And Sport Cruiser Anti-Air is coming out too, which of course is pretty fortunate for him, isn't it? Because there are going to be bombers on the way. Sport Cruiser Anti-Air, though, I've talked about this before, but it's not nearly so beefy as it is in vanilla. And even in vanilla, like precision bombers, they can come in and take out those sport cruisers and leave, and like even if they get killed, like one or two of them, it's usually okay. That kind of eco-harassment just turns out to be a lot more favorable for the one doing it than the one defending it. So Maze is definitely going to need some anti-air up, and this is like kind of a tricky part of the game because you're not really probably going to scout the precision bombers with your current stance here, or you're very defensive. You kind of just have to like feel whether or not they're coming. And it's like not easy to do. This is based on like I haven't seen any more tech from my opponent, and I haven't seen many units from him, so probably he's teching up to something. So I should get some anti-air. It's like it's not easy to say that, obviously. You know what I mean? By the way, assault crews are absolutely smacking those sandstorms to pieces, but there's a pretty nasty backstab here, and even if this doesn't result in salvager kills per se, the mining time that's been lost has definitely been worth it. NoFun pokes in here, kills off an AAV, and backs off. I love that actually, because he can reheal his opponent, obviously. Not going to reheal the dead unit though. Yeah, the assault cruiser's in position here, so he's going to stop any shenanigans from going on over there. NoFun probably going to know right now, okay, there is Sport Cruiser anti-air. I hope he's paying attention to this. He may be pretty far away at the moment. No, he's not actually, so he's probably, yeah, he loses one there. A second one there. Ow. That's a really painful push in there, especially because before he went in for the second pass, he should have gotten out with all of them alive. And the little bit of damage you can dump on the Sport Cruiser is worth it, usually. But if you lose 2 air units for it, it would not be. This Bomber coming out, though, he is going to be able to kill off that Sport Cruiser for sure. I mean, you can fit 5 Bombers in the carrier. The question is, how many do you want to go for before you reveal them? I remember one game I played with Descara, where I got air tech, and he saw it, so he got like a missile battery or 2. And then I got 5 bombers in the hangar, and then I launched them all at the same time, and he was like, what? That doesn't usually work, though. What I'm thinking... Got the brain thing turned on here. What I'm thinking is that this guy's dead, right, like in one shot. If you get 3 bombers, maybe, send 2 of them over here, and you can probably kill off that Sport Cruiser too. And that kind of damage is starting to get a little bit catastrophic, you know what I mean? You should be able to win from that position. That's my thought. That's my thought. These railguns in a bad position, by the way. This is actually a really good use of the ALM span, because he stuns these guys, and then the assault cruisers can come in and wreck him, but not, unfortunately, moving in, it doesn't look like. So he's sort of given up the window there. I feel like he could have killed them, though. Oh, you know what? He doesn't need a bomber to kill the Sport Cruiser. He'll just run in there. You know what you can use the bombers for, then? One of them come out and take out the Sport Cruiser, but the other one come out here and just give Greeks these assault cruisers right here, yeah? This guy definitely ought to throw his mortar. Yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage. But there's nothing here to capitalize, really, so I mean, I guess you can kind of ask, what does it matter? 3rd bomber's on the way, but they haven't been launched yet. Looks like this support cruiser gonna get killed here. The assault cruisers on overdrive are gonna get up to these railguns. They will kill them off. But here come the bombers, actually, so this is where they're gonna be sent. It's after these assault cruisers. I would really send a 3rd one down here. Just take out that support cruiser. Oh. That's a bit of a waste of a bomb there, isn't it? Bit of a choke there, but it's okay. It looks like Assault Cruiser Anti-Air is actually finished, which is a tech that I really like, but Maze, when he sees those going down, he just GG's, he knows it's over. Would you believe it? It's going to be a 2-0 win for NoFun. I did not see this coming at all. Gotta say, like, of all the players who continue to impress me, it's like Shrike and NoFun for sure. I mean, they just, you know, they're doing better and better every time I see them. I am a fan, dude. I'm a fan. Well, let's go ahead and cast the finals then, but I hope you enjoyed this. See you in the next one.